श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्ग्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदाहृदे श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षणैत्युगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूत मनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः पराशर मुनिं वन्दे कतपौर्वान्निकक्रियं मैत्रेय परिपप्रच्छ प्रणिबध्या विवाद्य च. So we are fortunate to enjoy the Vishnu Puranam. This is being organized by Singapore Srinivasa Perumal Temple and Hindu Endowment Board. The entire Vishnu Sahasranamam, the Tamil Prabandhams, as well as the Vishnu Puranam English lectures. And on Sunday evening 8:30, Vishnu Puranam in Tamil are all being arranged by Hindu Endowment Board Singapore. So it is a bhagyam to be among you to share this wonderful Purana Ratnam blessed by sage Parasara to sage Maitreya. So we have been enjoying various the creation, how Perumal the Lord was creating and he was taking care. He takes back at the end of Mahapralayam and how he brings it back, and how the Sarira Atma Bhavam, which is how he is directing, he is controlling, he is supporting, he becomes the master for the entire Prapancham, the Leela Vibhuti, the universe, as well as his own Sri Vaikuntham Paramapadam. And we also saw the various avatarams, Varaha Avataram, Nrisimha Avataram, and now we have been enjoying the wonderful mischievous Leelas of Krishna. We also saw the Govardhanodharanam. We also saw how Chaturmukha Brahma was trying to play with Krishna and how he was humbled by Krishna's Leelas. So we enjoyed the Shamantakamani Upakyanam. We also enjoyed the Narakasura Vadam. So we have been enjoying so long. Now the Krishna Avataram, the Avatarams itself, this Avataram is called Vibhava Avataram. So there is a Pararupam, there is a Vyuharupam, there is a Vibhava Rupam, there is Antaryami Rupam, and the Archavataram. 5 forms the Lord takes. He is actually manifesting in everything and in everyone, inside and outside. There is no place in which he does not exist. He is immanent everywhere because he is the Atma. We are all the Sharira. In as much as our Atma is the master for our body, our Atma is the supporter for our body, and our Atma is the director and controller of our body. Similarly, the entire Jivatma group, the Prapancham, the universe, are being supported, directed, and the master as a Sheshi by Perumal. He is the Atma and we are the Sarira. That's how all the statements of Upanishad can be resolved by this analogy. Now, this Sharira Atma Bhavam is for the Lord's Atma, whereas he takes the form with 4 hands, Chaturbhujam, Shankha Chakram, Divyayudams, beautiful Trimeni. Why? For us to enjoy. In Sri Vaikuntham, in Milky Ocean for the Devas, in Vibhavavataram, in the Abhibhavavataram, the Ramakrishna, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Parasurama, Vamana, all these avatarams, and the Archavataram, where we see in the temples, in the Shaligramam, in our homes, and the Antaryami avatar. He takes a small form in the cavity of our heart, in the Sukshma Sarira, not Stula, Sukshma. So this is the Vibhava Avataram. The need and the purpose of avatarams is for Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya cha Dushkrita Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. Every yugam, in order to protect the sadhus and to destroy the evil, he comes again and again. So we have been enjoying the Krishna avatar. And there is also a Balarama avatar, which is supposed to be Amsha avatar. It is Amsha avatar means he is into the, he has taken a symbol, yes, an Amsham, a part of it comes as Balarama. He is actually Adisheshan. So Balarama avataram and Krishna avataram were together in Dwapara Yuga. So the Balarama avataram was not a Purna avataram. Some scholars say he is the manifestation of Adisheshan. Adisheshan is the one on which Perumal reclines. So Shendral Kudayam, Irundal Singhasanamam, Nindral Maravadiyam, Nilkadal Yendrum Punayam, Pumpattam, Pulgum Anayam, Tirumarka Aravu. Shendral Kudayam, when he starts walking, Adisheshan becomes the umbrella. When he starts stepping out, he becomes the Paduka. When he wants to sit, he becomes the Simhasana. When he wants to lie down, he becomes the soft, floating bed. So like that he performs eternal Kaikaryam. He is a Seshan. He is a Adisheshan, the first Seshan. And so he took avataram as Lakshmana in Rama avatar. Now Rama was so overwhelmed with Lakshmana's service. He said, I want to become a younger brother for you, Adisheshan, and then becomes Balarama's Tambi. So he is called Rama Anujan, Balarama's younger brother. So he is the Balaraman, is the Adishesha avataram, but as well as the semblance of Vishnu is there. So together they were wonderful. So in fact, Vedanta Desika mentions in Dasavatara Stotram, Patkat Kaurava Pattana Pabradaya Plasta Pralambataya, Talangasya Tadavida Vigadaya Tanmantu Badraninaha, Kshiram Shakkareva Yabir Abratak Bhuta Prabhutai Gunaihi, Akaumarakam Aswadanta Jagate Krishnasyata Kelayaha. So he says the Balarama and Krishna are like the milk and the sugar. So the milk without the sugar is not tasty. When you add a spoon of sugar, then it is very tasty. So here Balarama and Krishna created havoc among the evil doers, among the Rakshasas, among the Kauravas. So Balabhadra or Balarama is credited with very few sportful achievements. One was the toppling down of the Hastinapura city, of the Kauravas. So he also killed the demon Pralambasura, Visa. So such achievements are not different from Krishna's. So now we are going to see how he toppled the Kaurava clan, or he was almost toppling the Kaurava clan. And that's the one which is narrated by sage Parasara in Vishnu Puranam. So there was a Swayamvara which was held in Hastinapura. The princess was Lakshana, not Lakshmana, Lakshana, the daughter of Duryodhana. So Samba, the son of Krishna, and Jambavati. You know, Jambavati was the daughter of Jambavan, whom Krishna bumped into in the Shamantakamani Upakyanam, in the incident of Shamantakamani. And there Jambavan married off his daughter to Krishna. So her name was Jambavati. So their son is called Samban. This Samban went there for the Swayamvara of Duryodhana's daughter. The Kauravas were displeased with Samban came there because he is the son of Krishna. Also what happened, he fell in love with this Lakshana. He simply carried her away. So that you and Duryodhana and the clan, they were so displeased. This young man is very inferior to us. He is the son of cowherd boy. Even though Krishna could be the king or the prince, the Yuvaraj of Ugrasena, Kamsa's father in Dwaraka, but he is only a cowherd boy. He is totally inferior to us. He should not be allowed to marry our princess Lakshana. His behavior is not correct. He is a Jarachora Shikamani. He stole butter. He played with Gopikas. So his son, how could we marry him off to my daughter? Without asking for her hand in the approved manner, he has simply abducted her, let us capture him and tie him up. So what can the Yadavas do? So what happened? Karnan, Shala, Duryodhana, everybody went. The elders like Bhishma did not object to this. He was silent. So Samba saw that he was being chased by the Kaurava. He fought single-handedly with them, but they could not face his valor. He fought with them for a long time, but they were not able to do anything with them. Finally, they all surrounded him from all sides and they captured him. So it was, as usual, our friend sage Narada who went and told this to Krishna and Balaraama, that Samba has been captured by the Kauravas. So the Yadavas were getting ready to fight, to go to Hastinapuram and fight with Duryodhana's clan and bring back Samban and his beloved girlfriend Lakshana, and teach Kauravas a lesson that we are not inferior. We are also the king, and he is an eligible bachelor, so why can't he marry? So Balaraama, however, was a peace-loving person. He didn't want a fight between the two groups. So he pacified his angry group, Dwaraka, the whole Yadava group. And he said, don't worry, I will go talk to Duryodhana. They all respect me. And once I speak, they would be peaceful. They would not come for a fight. So Balaraama went there. And once Balaraama stood in the outskirts of Hastinapuram, because he did not want to go inside, and Bhishma and Drona and others came to know that Balaraama had come to Hastinapuram and he wanted to meet them. So now Dhritarashtra, Drona, Bhishma and Kripacharya, everybody along with Karna, everybody came to Balaraama where he was staying, and they honored him. They offered argyam to wash his hands, padyam to wash his feet, and achamaniyam to perform achamanam, and they invited him to Dwaraka. And after all the pleasantries and exchanges, Balaraama said, before I come, please listen carefully to the message sent by our king, my grandfather, King Ugrasena. Ugrasena is Kamsa's father and Devaki's father, which means Krishna and Balaraama's grandfather. We have come to know that our child, our prince Samba, has been captured by you in an adharmic fight, in a non-virtuous fight. So he has been kept as a prisoner by you. We don't like to have any misunderstanding between our two groups and spoil the family relationship. And we are friendly as we have been having all these years. So there should be unitedness among us. So please return our child along with your daughter, because they want to get married, and avoid the humiliating defeat by your group. So those words of Balaraama, though it was gentle, it was strong, were not received well by the Duryodhana's group. They laughed at him. Ha ha, you think too highly of yourselves. Balaraama, you have become our kinsman, you have become our friend because of the fact that Kunti, one of your daughters, was given in marriage to our prince in the olden days. Or else how can you claim this relationship with us? With the great house of the Kauravas, you people are cowherd folks. In our generosity, we have let you rule the kingdom in Dwaraka, which rightly actually belongs to us. And again, since we are not very particular, we have let you behave as though you are equal to us. But we are magnanimous. Actually, we should have objected you long ago to be the prince or the king. Evidently, I think it has gone to your head, all these favors. Now you think that you are better than us. So without waiting for a reply from Balaraama, they simply went back. They said, forget it. So Balaraama was so shocked by the behavior of Kauravas and their words, which was very insulting and hurting to Balaraama. Balarama, after all, is an Adisheshan avatar. Adishesha Purna avatar. And Adishesha, when it hisses, when it is ferocious, it's finished. So he did not know what to say for a while. He looked stunned. Then he spoke to his companion. He said, I made a mistake. I thought they would be friendly. The Yadavas were very keen on fighting with them. Krishna was furious because his son is already captured and they disobeyed Balarama. So the army was being assembled. I was the one who stopped them, Balarama said. So don't worry. I myself will go and teach them a lesson. So the Kauravas are proud that they are spoiling, they are going to get destroyed in a fight. That's why they had the courage to talk like this to me. There's nothing which makes man lose his sense except the pride, the arrogance born out of wealth. I will teach them a lesson. I will teach the world the Kaurava less. I will make the world Kaurava less. There will be no Kauravas. He took up his weapon, the plow, the quadri, and he said, I will pull the entire city of Hastinapuram and drown the city in the river Ganga. He said, Balarama struck the earth with his plow and began to pull the city towards the river, as if he can pull the whole city towards the river. The people had a shock. They felt a tremor in their place. A moment later, they felt the tremor was increasing to greater Richter scale. So the city began to shake and people rushed out of their house in panic. The Kauravas saw that what was happening. Too late, they realized. The city, everybody rushed to Balarama where he was stationed. And all the while, the city was trembling. The citizens followed their kings. Everybody came to Balarama. They said, please desist from the destruction you are making. Please spare the innocent people. I know we have spoken against you. We were arrogant. We ask you to forgive us. In our arrogance, we were having pride. We insulted the power that is you. You must take pity on us and be merciful, Balarama. Save us, forgive us. Duryodhana pleaded to Balarama. Balarama was famed for his short temper. Even we saw Lakshmana showed his short temper very many times. He could not get angry very easily, but could be pacified easily too. So he was pleased with the way they realized their fault, and he pulled out the plow from the ground, and the earth stopped shaking. Do not be afraid. I will not hurt your city anymore. Duryodhana fell at his feet, having Shashtanga Namaskara, with tears in his eyes. Balarama was in Mithila. When Balarama was in Mithila during the unpleasant episode of Satrajit and the Shantadvanva, Duryodhana had come to Mithila. They spent a long time with Balarama in the olden days. He had become the Shishya of Balarama to learn the art of fighting with the mace, with the Gada from Balarama. So it was the fact that the Shishya should have treated the Guru and he did not. So that was the one which angered Balarama. Duryodhana, now repentant, made up for all this by giving up the costly gems, the clothes and the honors, the fully armed horses, elephants and suitable gifts to young Samba along with his daughter. After having been honored like the way I just mentioned, Balarama left for Dwaraka with the young couple. He related everything he narrated to Krishna, and Krishna was also pleased with the way Balarama did all these things. So Balarama was equally powerful, if not more. And Balarama also killed Dvividha. There was a person by name Dvividha. Dvividha is supposed to be a monkey, Vanaram, and he was the brother of Vali's wife in Ramavataram. Vali was killed by Rama. Vali was the elder brother of Sugriva. Vali had a wife called Tara, and Tara's younger brother was this guy, Dvividha. And Dvividha was also killed by Balaraama, as narrated by our sage Parashara. How? We will see. One day, when he was there, Balaraama, in the hill Raivataka, there is a hill by name Raivataka, which was very near to their kingdom. And he was with his spouse and with other women, and he was playful. So that time, Balaraama was encountered by a monkey by name Dvividha. Dvividha had been a great friend of Narakasura, and Narakasura has already been killed by Krishna and Satyabhama. This Dvividha was also a brother of Tara. So he became the minister of Sugriva during the Treta Yuga. So time perhaps dulls the sensibility of even good people. We see that every day. So one day I am good, the next day I become a nasty fellow. So time perhaps dulls the sensibility. How can one explain the monkey which helped Sugriva and be the cause for Ramavataram and spent so much time with Rama could become so wicked? It happens. The Triguna Sambandham, the Prakriti, Mula Prakriti, the Karma Vasanas do not spare anyone. Anyway, he became a devoted friend of Narakasura in the Krishna Avatar. He is still there. At his death, Dvividha decided, Narakasura's death, Dvividha decided to take a revenge of the killing of his dear friend by going after everyone. He was bent on destroying the cities and the villages and the Gokulams systematically. He would pull out the small hills with those as weapons. He would destroy the entire village. He will throw the mountains on the villages. His anger was mostly against Krishna, but he was aiming to destroy as much of Dwaraka as possible. He had the strength of 10,000 elephants. Once he dived into the sea with his arms, he churned the water. So powerful were his arms that the water overflowed, and the country nearby was completely submerged underwater. So this wicked monkey would enter the ashramams of rishis and break the trees, break the ashram, and break their hands, legs. So he would pull out the sacred fire, the yagam, in which the rishis was attending to with so much care, was performing. So he would kidnap men and women and keep them inside the caves and close up the mouths of caves. So he was creating havoc. So when Balaraama bumped into this Dvividha, when he heard the sweet music and the dancing, the discourse and all that inside the Balaraama's place, so he wanted to come and create a terror among Balaramas and the gang. So Dvividha climbed on top of a tree and played just like earlier, shaking the trees, throwing the trees at women and on Balarama's gang, and grinning away, chattering like a typical monkey will do. The women laughed at the antics of the monkey, who looked so strange, like Godzilla, and so big. Dvividha did not like their laughing, because they were for them it was like fun looking at the huge monkey. So Balarama, when Dvividha began to tease and trouble the women, Balarama became angry. He threw a stone at the monkey. The monkey evaded the stone skillfully. He grabbed the pot of nearby some wine which was kept, and his Varuni, he broke the pot of Varuni. And before breaking the pot of Varuni, he also had some 1/4 the Varuni, which served only to make him more problematic for Balarama. So, and he raised his weapons, Balarama, and he showed his plow to kill this Dvividha. And what happened? Dvividha had broken a bow branch from the tree, and with this he hit Balaraama on the head, and blood began to flow from the wound of Balaraama. He tore up another tree and threw at Balaraama, who broke every tree that was thrown at Balaraama. So Dvividha then began to rain stones, and now it became near to Balaraama, and Balaraama hit with his plow on Dvividha's chest. Dvividha fell and blood flowed from his mouth like a river. So thus ended the terrible monkey who was causing such a havoc in Anartha, the city of Krishna's kingdom, or the Ugrasena's kingdom. So the message here is, whenever there are evil doers, our Krishna, Balaraama, the Sriman Narayana, they take the avatarams and they make sure that the sadhus are protected. And not only that, they destroy the evil. And that's the avatara's purpose. So we go back to the avatara's purpose. So Krishna and the Rama avataram, Varaha avataram, Nrisimha avataram, all these avatarams go to prove that they are all meant for us to pray to them whenever there is an evil happening, whenever there are problems. In fact, the problems are not outside for us, they are within us. So in order to purify ourselves and kill all the evil in us, we need to pray to him. That is why Andal says, Matrenam Kamangal Matre. Please remove all the lustful, wrong desires from us, so that we are always related to you, we are always with you, and we would perform eternal service to you. எற்றைக்கும் ஏழல் பிறவிக்கும் உந்தன்னோடு உற்றோமேயாவோம் உனக்கே நாம் ஆட்சைவோம். We will perform eternal servitude only to you, and other than you, no one else. Like that, they declared their helplessness, and the only refuge of that is Krishna, to whose lotus feet they perform Sharanagati. So we will also do the same. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi. Adiyan.